What if I told you Anthony Davis could be on the Cleveland Cavaliers? That's what the video is kind of going to be about. Alright, what is going on, guys? It's RTG here. If you're new, please consider subscribing. Also, subscribe to my brother. The link will be in the description. He makes awesome MLB content. Also, leave a like. Alright, let's get right into this video. So we're counting down 5 scenarios for the 2018 unprotected Brooklyn Nets pick. Number 1, Anthony Davis. The Cavaliers would receive Anthony Davis and Omar Asik. In return, the Pelicans would receive Kevin Love, Iman Shumpert, C.D. Osman, the Brooklyn pick, and a top 1 protected first-round pick in 2021 from the Cavs. Now, the real question with this trade is this even possible? Of course, we know that the salaries match. Otherwise, I wouldn't be telling you guys this scenario. Let's just start with this. The Pelicans will not be trading Anthony Davis this season. It would have to be next offseason. And the Cavs would do it as an incentive so that LeBron would stay in Cleveland. And Davis isn't a free agent till 2020, and he has a player option. And really, the Pelicans are committed to this ADDC experiment. And they really won't be able to make this move until next summer, like I said, if DeMarcus Cousins fails to re-sign with the New Orleans Pelicans. And we know the only way the Pelicans would trade Anthony Davis is if he asks out explicitly. And he says, I'm not doing anything in New Orleans, and I'm kind of just wasting my career here. And he's going to express to the front office that he doesn't want to be in New Orleans anymore. And another reason this trade might not work out is, that pick, the only reason they'd really get it is to get a young star and to pair him with Anthony Davis. But if you were to trade Anthony Davis, there'd be no one to pair that young star with. But of course, maybe that young star can just turn into another Anthony Davis. A waste of his first 5 years of his career. I don't know what will happen, but if we're going to see this, it's not going to be for another year. Alright, let's go on to the next one. Number 2, DeMarcus Cousins to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now again, another unlikely scenario, but a little bit more likely than the Anthony Davis trade. And I think this would be somewhat of a 3-team trade. That's what Bleacher Report has too, and I'm going to use what they use because I'll also link this article. It's what I'm basing this off of. And it's the same art that I like the trade offer, so that's what I'm using. Cleveland Cavaliers get DeMarcus Cousins, Eachwan Moore, and Ray Zorgak. The Grizzlies receive Tristan Thompson, Iman Shumpert, and Alex Ajinka, as well as the 2018 pick. And the Pelicans get Marc Gasol and Brandon Wright. Although there have been reports that the Cavs would not trade for DeMarcus Cousins and the Pelicans would not take any offers for DeMarcus Cousins, I still feel if the Pelicans got a good enough offer from the Cavs, even if it's not a 3-team trade, they would be willing to trade DeMarcus Cousins in the middle of the year, and DeMarcus Cousins could help them in the playoffs and the second half of the season. He's a free agent next year, and I think then the Cavs would have 3 free agents impending 2018. And their somewhat future would just be relying on the 2018 free agency. You have Isaiah Thomas, LeBron, and DeMarcus who would be free agents. And to be honest, they'd all only have Kevin Love, and that's why they have to trade Kevin Love. I said this in an earlier video. They should probably package Kevin Love or something in this deal instead of Tristan Thompson. I don't know, but I don't know if they'd be getting better return. But we've seen what Kevin Love can do by himself, so we'll see what happens. A little bit more likely, but we don't know. Number 3, again from Bleacher Report, the Cleveland Cavaliers will get Josh Jackson. So here's how the deal will go down. The Cavs would get Josh Jackson and Wilson Chandler. The Nuggets would get Bledsoe and Shumpert. And the Suns would get Moutier, Beasley, Channing Frye, the Brooklyn pick, the top 10 protected pick from Denver. Would this work? I don't know. That's not up to me. But it seems like a pretty well-rounded team trade for all three teams. The Cavaliers could enter rebuilding mode, and this would basically guarantee, if this deal were to happen, that LeBron and Isaiah Thomas are gone in free agency. Denver Nuggets could get somewhat of a young guy in Eric Bledsoe and just have to take a little bit of salary of Iman Shumpert, and the Phoenix Suns could take another young point guard who they could pair up with Devin Booker in the future and Emmanuel Mudiay, Malik Beasley, who could be an excellent six-man in the future, have the pick for the Brooklyn Nets, which could set them again for a nice small forward who in Michael Porter Jr. or Marvin Bagley, who can kind of fill the role that Josh Jackson was going to do. And another pick from Denver, but Denver will most likely be good by then, so it will probably be around a 20th pick, which they could use to trade up or something. And we're talking about the Cavs, so I think this would be especially smart. Kind of enter that rebuilding mode. Just say, screw it, our LeBron era is done. We got our championship. Let's build for the coming years, It's not worth it going all out with LeBron when the next year you got nothing. So that's my thoughts on this trade. And I've come with two possible trade scenarios of my own with ESPN Trade Machine that are not from that Blaze Report article. And the first one is to the Milwaukee Bucks. The Cleveland Cavaliers would receive Jabari Parker, Greg Monroe, for Tristan Thompson, Channing Frye, and the 2018 unprotected pick. I did this, the salaries matched, and I think it would be a well-rounded trade for both teams. But two things would go with this trade. Would the Bucks be willing to give up Jabari Parker? Depending on his health, his value could vary. But would they be willing to give away a well-rounded star for a question mark in the Brooklyn pick? If the trade were to happen, it would probably happen after the draft, after that pick has already been decided, and they've already picked somebody, and they would trade most likely on draft night. But would they give up that good chemistry that Parker and Giannis have together? I don't know. Thompson's got to go, though. His contract's bad. We saw how he played in the finals. Almost as bad as Darren Williams, man. But we'll see. I don't know if this will happen or not. This was just kind of speculation. And if it were to happen, the Cavs could build for the future, and hopefully Jabari could just stay healthy. All right, let's get on to the next one. Number 5. Kemba Walker to the Cleveland Cavaliers. How would this work? I don't know. But I think this would work for both teams. Kemba's on a cheap deal for 2 more years, my bad. And I think the Cavs could use him to help out. And they could put Isaiah Thomas at shooting guard. Although very undersized at shooting guard, the guy isn't much of a playmaker. He's a pure scorer. Kemba could bring the ball out, distribute it. If not, he can sit on the three-point line and wait for LeBron to do his thing. But the deal would involve Kemba to the Cleveland Cavaliers for Iman Shumpert in the 2018 pick. I don't know about you guys, but I see so much potential in Malik Monk. He could be the steal of the draft. Him or Dennis Smith Jr. will be the steal of the draft, I'm sure. Or Kyle Kuzma, Caleb Swanigan. One of those guys will probably be the steal of the draft. There's always that one steal. Last year saw the rookie of the year, Malcolm Brogdon. Second-round pick, But Kemba on the Cavs could work, and Shumpert, I know he's nothing. He's just a salary dump, kind of makes the salaries work. But that pick is super valuable. and somebody to pair Malik Monk with, like Michael Porter Jr., Marvin Bagley, Luka Doncic. Doncic can play the one, so we've seen his playmaking skills in EuroLeague, but really though, man, that'd be a good trade for both teams, to be honest. And tell me what you guys think of all these trade offers. And what do you guys think is the most likely one? And what do you guys think is the best for the Cavaliers? Alright, that's going to be for me, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. And if you're new, please subscribe. It helps out a lot. Alright, that's it.